Find a place to sit. You're sitting up nice and tall. You're going to start with 3 breaths. Breathing in, expanding into the ribs, into the lower belly, exhaling out slowly. Pulling it in and out slowly. Last one. Your breath is your fastest, most effective way to talk to the nervous system. So we are going to try to keep this slow, steady breath the entire time. Nice. Hands can lower down beside you. Go ahead and stick out one leg. You're pulling the toes in as you lift your chin up towards the sky. We're dropping the chin down towards the chest as you bend the knee. Let the foot hover. Inhale, lift, extend the leg. Exhale. 3 more times. Keeping things slow and bend. Nice. Drop that foot, extend the other leg, lift the chin. Drop the chin. Feel that little stretch across the back of the neck as you bend the knee. Inhale, re-extend the leg. Lift the chin, exhale. Last 3. Last 2. One more. Nice. Lower that foot down. You're thinking about length in your pelvis. You're keeping your knees at the same plane so that the pelvis doesn't twist, just the belly button starts to twist towards the right. Heart follows, gaze can follow. Feeling that rotation in your spine, and then release it back to center. Again, stay nice and tall. We're not collapsing down into it. Twisting in the other direction. Leading with the belly button twisting first, and then the heart follows. If it brings it in a little deeper, if that feels good, bring it back to center. One more time. Each side. Really noticing into your pelvis, not letting it rotate with you. And then last time, over to the left. Nice. Bring it back to center. Bring the right hand down beside you. Left hand can stay on the hip as you lift up and over. So it's not that dip down. You're creating that arc up and over. Really press down through your left hip. Creating as much length through the side of the body as you can. Lift back to center, nice and tall. Switch out your hands up and over to the left. Right hip can think about pressing down. Lift it back to center. One more time, each side, up and over. Lift, lengthen up, bring it over. Nice, and release. Find your way onto your mat. We're coming to tabletop. We're bringing one block under the knee. We want to try to maintain that tabletop shape of the knees underneath the hips. So notice if you're hinging it back, you're pushing your hips back. You might need to walk the hands forward a little bit. And we're feeling that one hip lower than the other. You can tuck the toes, if that feels okay. You can leave the feet on the ground. So we're just lifting the knee straight up so everything becomes even. You might be able to see it with the block. So as the knee lowers, the block tips. And we're lifting the knee straight up so it's parallel. And you're finding as many of these as you can, working at your own pace. You should feel core engagement here. So you should feel your belly hugging in, supporting you. Gently pressing the ground away with the hands. We're really making sure that the hips aren't rocking side to side as you lift and lower. We're just lifting straight up and lowering down. Find your breath, the inhale And the exhale lowers. We're not rushing through these. Slow means that you are in control, and that control is what builds the strength, because you're using the opposite glute to stabilize you as you move. When you're ready, you're shifting it to the other side. So hips on top of knees. We feel that opposite hip lower than the other. We're lifting it up even and lowering it down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Turning on your core. Letting the foot lift with the knee is going to add a level of challenge here. So when you're ready for that, that is an option. Because it's more common to swing the hip over to the side as you lift the knee if that foot is lifted with it. So you really have to turn on those stabilizer muscles. And you're working until you're done. And then you're moving the block. We're going to turn to face the side of the mat so you can extend out the right leg. And we want the knee and the foot in line with each other. You're going to start to rock forward and back within a range that feels okay for you. It might change from day to day. But we want to feel that inner thigh getting a little stretch out as you press your hips back. You're going to also feel the opposite glute having to work to lift you back up. Then go ahead and switch it out. Foot and knee in line with each other, rocking forward and back. Again, slow and controlled. That's how you know it's going to work. Nice. Step it in. Go ahead and turn back towards the top of the mat. We're going to step that right foot up in between the hands. You can lift your block to a higher level if you need to. Heel toe that front foot out in front of you as far as it's willing to go. We want the knee stacked over the ankle, and we want the hips to start to shift forward so you get that hip flexor stretch. Starting to stretch out through that big psoas muscle. You can tuck your back toes, and you're going to push the heel back. We're trying to leave the hips low. So the hips aren't piking up towards the sky. We're leaving them low. So you really get that psoas muscle stretch out, and you're working your quad. And then you bend the knee by pulling the heel back towards you and lower. And you're working at this at the pace of your breath. So inhale to push the heel back. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. And if it's just a little lift, that's okay. You can hold as much weight in your hands as you need to. Your muscles start to remember what they're supposed to do. One more, if you've got it. And then lower it down. You can untuck your back toes. And we're just softening the pelvis forward and down. Seeing if you can hold your weight in your hands and let your hips and your glutes, your quad, just completely chill out and relax. Find those slow, deep breaths. Go and make our nervous system slow down with us. Then you can walk your blocks back until you can release that front leg. And then we're switching it out with the other side. Heel toeing it out in front of you. Blocks can come up to a higher level if that feels more supportive. until you feel good here. Front knee stacked over that ankle. You feel that back hip flexor starting to open up. You can tuck the back toes, push the heel back, separate the legs, and then lower down. Inhale. Power it up. Squeeze your quad muscle if it's letting you. And exhale. Soften it down. Maybe one more. Nice. Softening it down. We're going to chill out here. You can untuck your toes. You can lift the blocks up to a higher level, and you can hold your weight in your arms as much as it feels good as you let your pelvis, your glutes, your quads relax and open. And then starting to shift it back until you come to your tabletop. Go ahead and find your way to your back. The knees stay bent, the feet stay planted on the floor. We're going to draw the right knee in, and it's just going to hug in towards the chest as close as it will come, and then start to straighten the leg up towards the sky. The foot can start to flex, so pull your toes down towards you. It's going to give you a little stretch out through the back of the leg. It doesn't need to fully extend. It doesn't need to go straight up. So you can be at an angle and the knee can be bent, and then you're pulling it in, softening the foot so the toes can kind of point away from you. So it goes up, foot starts to flex, and bend, and the knee starts to hug in, soften the foot. Push it away, draw it in. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Soften that foot down. We're switching it out. Starting to draw the knee in. Flex the foot. Start to push it away. Soften the foot, draw the knee back in. Inhale, push it away. Exhale. Last one. And soften, draw the knee in. Lower it down. We're going to try to find that figure 4 laying on your back. If that's not comfortable for today, find your way into your chair. We can start with the right ankle crossed over the left thigh. We are trying to get the ankle to poke out on the other side. Keeping that foot flexed is going to protect the ankle and the knee. And then you can start to use the hand to gently press the knee away, or you can use your muscles to energetically press the knee away. We want to be on a sensation scale, 0 being no sensation and 10 maximum sensation. We want to be about a 4 or a 5. So if you're feeling that gentle stretch into your glute, kind of the outer of your hip, then perfect. That's what we're looking for. You should be able to really breathe into those muscles, into this stretch. If you need a block underneath the left foot to bring in a little bit more sensation, if that sensation starts to drop below the 4, you can bring your foot up onto a block. That starts to draw everything in a little closer, or hands might interlace behind the left thigh until you find your 4. We're going uncross. You're going to draw the knee in towards you and then start to draw it towards your armpit. You're keeping that right hip pressing down into the earth. So you're not lifting your hips, you're not leaning, you're not tilting. You're just drawing that leg across the body. Knee towards the armpit. And then release it back to center. Maybe take the right hand to draw some circles in that hip. And then lower it down. And we'll switch it out. So find your figure 4 first. Ankle over the thigh. Foot is flexed, protecting the ankle. The foot is crossed all the way over the thigh. So we're not resting that ankle joint on the bone. We're resting bone on bone. Hand might start to press the knee away. You just let it happen energetically. If you're at your 4, perfect, stay here. If you need a block underneath the foot to bring it up a little bit, or hands interlace behind the thigh. While you're here, be very gentle with this. Maybe a little bit of a rock side to side. It might feel good into that glute, or it might irritate the nerves. If it's irritating the nerves, forget it. But if it does feel good, there's an option. Then we're going to release the foot as you use your hand to gently draw the knee in. We're not squeezing it in. We're just bringing it in. Right hand starts to glide it across the body like you're trying to pull that left knee into the right armpit without letting that left hip lift. And then release. Bring it back down. Or maybe left hand, find some circles. Nice. Bring it down. You're done.